Hello from me and my 2 beverages. So it's been about 2 weeks since I've last filmed, and no, not 2 weeks. 2 months since I last filmed, and I think that's sort of like the perfect ratio of time for me to go between podcast episodes. I don't knit that quickly, so I don't really have that much to show after 1 month, and I think 3 months would be a bit too long. So 2 months I think is the sweet spot. So let's start with the exciting things first. I have acquisitions. I was recently on a little trip to Poland, and it was so fun. It was amazing. We went to Poznan, me and my friends, and I think there is a... what's it called? I think there will be a little travel vlog in the works because I did visit some yarn stores and I also got some knitting done. So I think it'll be relevant for this channel. Besides, it's my channel. It's my digital diary and you're just living in it. No, that was... okay. So this one will not be so chronological. I'm just gonna start with what's most exciting because I'm excited about it and it was my most recent purchase. This is my haul from the Poznan yarn store, which was amazing, by the way. It was floor to ceiling yarn everywhere. So much to see, so much to touch, so much to just get input from and be inspired by. Yes. So let's begin. They didn't have like a cute bag. They were like sort of like a low-key store, very like hole in the wall, but once you get inside it's sort of like the TARDIS, like it's bigger on the inside. And yeah, it's just like a little magical place. Incredibly discreet bag, very uneventful bag. So let's see what we have here. Super exciting. I spent so long on their website debating what I should get. In the end, I think I got like twice the amount of yarn that I was planning to, but I'm really happy. I'm really satisfied with all my purchases. And yeah, so let's go through them. This is Silkpaca by Malabrigo. It is in the color Archangel. Isn't that such a cool name? Such a cool name. And that's the code, that's the silk, blah, 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 blah. I hope the camera picks up the specs. Yeah. I have never seen this in person. This is yarn that I think is certainly not available in my small town yarn stores. So this is really exciting to see. I was on the hunt for Polish yarn, or like Polish local produced yarn or spun or hand dyed. This particular shop did not have that. I found one yarn dyer, but it seemed like he was working independently. Anyways, the selection that they had here is something I have not seen in Norway or in my small towns. So that was the novelty aspect for me. That's the souvenir aspect for me. Yarns I would not be able to get a hold of in Norway. So while Malabrigo is Spanish, I think, not Polish, not Norwegian, that's for sure. It says made in Peru. So yeah, while it's not from the country I traveled to, it's something I could only get there as opposed to my own country. Next up is more Malabrigo. I think there is actually quite a bit of Malabrigo here. This is lace weight merino wool, and yeah, because I was on the hunt for lace weights for a certain project that I might talk about in a separate video. I don't know which it'll be yet, which one of this one or this one I'll choose. We'll see. The yarn is very thin. It's 100% merino wool. This is lace, also from Malabrigo, in the color Wales Road. Very pretty. It has blue, teal, purple sort of shades in it. So magical. Thought it was very pretty. Another lace from Malabrigo. A single skein, the only one they had left. How do I even pronounce this? Zarzamora? Anyways, it's a beautiful color. Purple, teal, brown, grayish nuances and shades. And last of the Malabrigo, another Silkpaca. Beautiful. Oh, it's so soft and silky to the touch. I love it. This one is called Renaissance. And it is beautiful. Also beautiful. All of them are beautiful. I really don't know what to say. Like, they're just... this one is just magical. Oof, so many different colors, like a dark rainbow. Beautiful. I love it. As well, other than that, I also bought from a couple of other yarn production companies' yarn brands. Most notably, I bought Sandnes Garn Alpakka silk. Sandnes Garn is a Norwegian yarn brand. I currently live in Norway, so it seems a bit stupid, but let me tell you, the pricing difference for one single skein is about 30 kroners more affordable in Poland than it is in Norway. And also many yarn stores, not many yarn stores, but like it's likely that a yarn store might not carry this particular yarn brand because it doesn't, I'm not sure if it sells that well or not, but it is kind of pricey in Norway. And the color range are a bit limited. I noticed that in the Poznan yarn store too, that the shade range was limited, but it just reflects the same way on the Sandnes Garn website. It's also a bit limited shade range. But I saw this color in real life, and the first thing I thought was squid ink. Squid ink blue. Really interesting color, I love it. It's like if navy blue was grey instead of black. Yeah. I'm just thinking like a really dark celestial night, and this with like golden buttons, even silver buttons, star-shaped buttons with this. I think it drives the celestial theme home for me. So yeah, it's also alpaca and silk. I've bought a lot of alpaca and silk combinations, all alpaca and silk combinations. But it's just so soft to the touch, so drapey, so flowy, so silky and smooth. Oh, just beautiful. So yeah, 3 of these, 30 kroners more affordable in Poland than it is in Norway. Therefore, I bought these. And then I bought, on the website, they said they had 4 of these. I was intending to buy 4. When I get to the store, there's only 3 in the shelf. I ask in English. The lady doesn't speak English, she only speaks Polish. So I just point on her website where it says number 4. 4 in stock. And there was not 4 in stock. And I needed 4 for the particular thing I wanted to knit, but now I guess I'll just have to risk it. But yeah, this is a cotton linen viscose blend from Rosario's. And it has really beautiful, like, really beautiful like speckles and stuff. Very nice variegation, or yeah, melert. Marled, yeah, sort of vibe. Pretty. And then, before I went to the yarn store, I actually also studied their website, I think I mentioned that, to see what I wanted to buy. On their cashmere section, I think they only had one thing, or one type of yarn that was like 100% cashmere, and the rest was like just 10% cashmere and then wool or cotton or whatever. And I thought to myself, if it's 10% or less, like, is it really worth it? Like, do I really get the cashmere feel that I really want to try? I mean, I definitely don't really have the funds for like a full cashmere garment, but it'd be cool with like an accessory. But I just sort of discarded it, the thought of even getting anything with cashmere in it, because the one with the 100% or like a more significant percentage in the fabric composition were just too expensive, and the yardage or like meterage was not good enough in my opinion. And so all of the other cashmere stuff was just like with 10%, so I sort of just disregarded it. But when I got to the store and I looked at one of the 10% cashmere yarns so when I got to the store and actually explored the cashmere options there in person, those 10% really do something. Okay, because this is cashmere wool. Summer Cashmere by Lana Grossa, and wow, it does not feel at all similar to any of my other cotton yarns. It's so soft and beautiful and just like, oh, so nice to pet it. It's so nice, and I am very much looking forward to, because this is long enough, I think, to knit an actual garment, like a top, which will be so nice against my skin. If I were to just buy one single, like, 25-gram ball of 100% cashmere, it would only simply be enough for, like, one tiny little scarf, which is nice too, but I don't know, like, I wanted a garment. I don't wear that much scarves. I think I'll start to soon, because I enjoy staying nice and warm and toasty. I don't know if you can hear it, but I am like recovering from a little bit of sickness. So yeah, stay nice and warm or you'll end up sounding like this and feeling uncomfortable all the time. And we don't want that. I don't want that for you, because I've been through it. It's awful. Eat your vitamin C's and stay nice and warm. Anyways, yes, Summer Cashmere by Lana Grossa. I think it's 90% cotton. and 10% cashmere. It is indeed. So nice, so soft. Their color selection was very limited. That's why I went for a bright pink one, because they had a lot of other colors. Not a lot of other colors, like I said, limited. And the other colors were also very bright. But out of all the other bright colors, I think pink is the one that suits me the best. I don't know. I'm excited to try it anyway. Yes. So that's my haul from Poznan. Now on to other things. Prior to my trip, I was working on beautiful, beautiful sweater. The blue porcelain sweater by Drops Design. Oh, Drops Design. Underrated for patterns, honestly, in my opinion. I talked a little bit about this in my previous podcast episode, that I wanted to knit that sweater. But in the podcast, I said I wanted to knit it with only this one single strand of this yarn and like do modifications, but I didn't want to do that anymore. Mostly because I've been to the yarn store, I go there like very frequently, and every time I see this one yarn on the shelf, on the swivel shelf, this alpaca silk in this beautifully hazy blue with like purple personality to it. It has, the color may be dusty pastel blue called Blue Poodle, but to me, this yarn has a purple aura. Its personality is purple. There is purple to her somewhere in her spirit, I believe. So basically, periwinkle-ish. And I had a crush on this yarn every single time I went to the store and didn't buy it. But then I remembered I had a sweater quantity of this at home where the yarn, single strand, would be too thin to knit the sweater I wanted to knit. And I thought to myself, let's marry these two. Let's have an arranged marriage for these two. And luckily for me, they grow into loving each other. Because look at this. This is beautiful. This is the blue porcelain sweater by Drops Design, knitted in one strand of Alpakka silk by Rauma Garn and one strand of Viking Garn Trend Merino Petite. The purple color being 373 and this Blue Poodle color being 7244. Turned out beautifully. Oof, I love it so much. I'm not done. I do have the collar and sleeves left, but I managed to finish the entire body portion like a day or two before heading off. And with the only modification I did so far is the split hem. Everything else I followed exactly to pattern, the smallest size. So looking forward to continuing on that. Oh, and because I loved this yarn combination so much, this merino is so fine and so squishy and soft. No irritation at all. And this alpaca is also squishy and soft and fluffy, but not too fluffy. Perfect for my taste in fluffiness. I find most mohairs to be too hairy. This is a little bit gentler fluff. I love that. So since I love this yarn combination so much, I bought more in a different color. This is still the same Rauma Garn Alpaca Silk in the color 422, but instead of having the, Viking Garn Trend Merino Petite, I'm having this Sunday from Sandnes Garn. This particular color is in the Petiteknit colorway. I don't know if it's focusing. Anyways, very pretty. The color is 3091. And these really dark and rich chocolate brown colors are like my favorite. Or I wouldn't even know if it's chocolate, like dark chocolate, or like coffee color. Coffee colored brown, my favorite color ever, maybe. Well, I've been really loving like dreamy periwinkle purple too, but it's like, it's in the experimental phase. Like we are in the honeymoon phase, but this is like steady, because black has been my favorite color, maybe not favorite color, but my go-to color for dressing myself in for so long. Deep dark brown has been the gateway color to help me branch out into actual pigment and color and not just black. And you know, if I ever feel overwhelmed or scared by color again, I know I have dark brown to fall back onto. So I love it so much. I love it. Recently I also bought, because it was on sale, I love when things are on sale. Highly recommend checking out what's on sale, the sales bin in your local yarn store, and just try and get inspired. buy these weird little throwaway yarns that your yarn store probably wants to get rid of, rather than just online inspiration. I am terrible at updating my Instagram and even engaging on Instagram with other people. I'm simply not that inspired by Instagram anymore, but I want to stay in touch with reality, but I'm not sure. A lot of it is just so many of the same and so many repeats, and also simply not my own style that I just happen to sometimes adopt or think of favorably in my head because I see so many other people doing that same, going for the same yarn combinations, knitting the same patterns. Yeah, so yeah, I've never seen this yarn around before, or yeah, I never saw it on social media before until I was on Xiao Hong Shu, and I saw this lovely girl knitting this cute cardigan, fluffy, sort of baggy, a bit bubbly, bubble proportion cardigan in this yarn. And I'd never seen anybody else use this yarn, and I knew this was on sale at my local yarn store, and that inspired me. And to see how this color changing yarn actually knits up in a garment, that really helped me solidify that, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy this yarn, because I had been looking at it, I knew it was nice and soft, but I had no idea what I would want to knit with it. So I'm also knitting a cardigan. Here I said, don't copy everybody else, and now I just copied someone. But I'm not knitting the same cardigan. I don't know what pattern she used, and I'm not interested to know either. I'm just taking the, what's the English word? Utgangspunkt. In a very basic raglan cardigan from Drops Design, modifying a bit here and there, and knitting something. So that's been my work in progress that I took with me to Poznan. So I knit this on the plane, and I knit this a bit on the trip, in the evenings, in the mornings. Yeah, I didn't bring it with me because it's so bulky. So this is what it looks like so far. I have the collar in a contrasting color. I'll put on screen what it is because I don't have the label with me right now, but it was also in the discount section, so I just, you know, see what's in the discount section, see what could pair well together, and get inspired. So this is what it looks like right now. It knit up really fast. I did not know that it was this far down on the body. I think it's just about touching the hips or just past the waist now. I could start making the hemline band with this now, but I'm not really sure yet. For all of this, I have used approximately almost 2 skeins of yarn because I bought 4 of these, and this is what's left. I am still planning to do long sleeves, but I showed this to my parents and my mom. My darling mom thinks that the cap sleeves, as the stitches are put on hold right now, look so cute and darling and adorable, and looking at myself in the monitor right now, I was like, yeah, it does look really cute and adorable. Now I don't know what to do. Anyways, yeah, I love how this color changing yarn knits up. I love that it's a gradient and that it has like some visual interest, like some green speckles in it. That's why I chose this green as the contrast color. I wanted to do this on the hem, the bottom hem and the cuffs, as well as, of course, as you can see, the collar. Then I also wanted to see if I could find buttons in this color or do something creative to button it up. The pattern I've used as my starting point is the Crisp Cranberries cardigan by Drops Design. Yeah, let's have a look at what it looks like on the back right now, just to show you some really nice color, gradient, texture, pattern, speckles moment. I think it's really cool. Such a lovely yarn. Oof. Oh, I guess I never mentioned what yarn this is. This is Concept by Katja Piumino Superfine Alpaca. It is 64% superfine alpaca and 36% polyamide. And the color is 306. So that's my most recent work in progress. Actually, lies, not my most recent work in progress. I casted something on yesterday, the day before yesterday. I'll get to that ASAP. This is what I cast on last night. It's the Sabai top by Paula Strict or Suzanne Mueller. I think that's how you pronounce it, not sure. I have previously knit one other pattern by her, but it was like a mittens pattern. so not so extensive. But I did remember seeing this particular top back in November, December when I knit that and was going through her pattern library. And since then, I thought it was such a chic and sleek top. This one is the option number 2, where you don't have any ribbing. The top at the collar, I have just finished the panel for either the front or the back. I think this top is completely symmetrical, no short row shaping. We'll see how that goes in terms of wearing and comfortability around the neck. So I finished one of the panels and I'm just begun on the second panel, and once this is as long as that, I'll connect it in the round. The armholes will then be shaped. And I'm knitting this instead of with Sandnes garn line, which is the recommended one. I'm holding 2 strands of thin line together so that I can go twice as long without changing yarns or attaching new ball of yarn, which is useful to prolong it as much as possible, because attaching new yarn when it's a cotton viscose linen blend with no protein fibers or animal fibers is not as easy. Like, there are no fibers that will cling together when you attach. So yes, that is the Sabai top knitted in 2 strands of thin line. Life hack, in my opinion. I'm enjoying it very much so far, and I look forward to the finished piece. So, finished pieces, right? I spoke last time about a pair of socks. I wanted to knit matching, mismatching socks, and I finished them, as you can see. I think this one was on my needles last time we spoke, and then I showed you this. No, it could be the opposite. I don't remember. But these are the socks. I have not yet washed or blocked them, but I'm in no rush to do so yet. On the topic of socks, remember the mint-colored lacy frilly socks that I knit last time, where one was bigger and one was smaller? I knit another pair, and this time I knit them 2 at a time on the needle, so I finished them both at the same time and knit them both at the same time. This is in Sandnes garn Sisu, Pink Blossom and Kit for the white part. This is a gift knit for a friend of mine, and I'm super excited to hand them over to her. The socks are yet to be washed and blocked, so I won't give it to her yet until I have washed and blocked them, because I'm still sourcing for a sock blocker. I know they're not a necessity, but I really want one. I think it just makes the socks so much more crisp and nice, and especially when you want to give it away as a gift, you want them to look nice, or at least I want them to look really nice and crisp. And because I knit this with just the white and just the toe and the border in the white, I still have an entire skein left. So I'm hoping to knit also for my friend, like a bonus gift, the same socks but inverse, except what I have left of this one, I fear it will only be enough for the toe and not for the accent border. So I did that in a different yarn that I had laying around. It's a lighter pink, as you can see, and it's fluffier. This is like a effect yarn. I think it was like a really cheap sort of dollar store yarn that's just like hairy and fluffy and fuzzy, but I thought it would be fine just for the sake of the frilly top of it. Frilly lettuce top. Yes. Frilly lettuce hem top of the sock. Last but not least of my finished objects, we have, finally, Midsummer's Day top. It is so beautiful. It turned out really great. I did not do as I showed you last time. Last time I showed you, this top was actually 10 stitches smaller. So I unraveled that whole thing that I showed you last time and knit it up with new stitch counts. And it worked out perfectly. And I knit the other side in purple, seamed them up on the side, and it turned out really great. I think I might attach some B-roll footage to show you how it turned out, because I'm not going to try it on right now. That's all I have so far for today. I hope I could inspire you with some yarn, some finished objects, some stuff. I hope I could keep you company doing your knitting or your crocheting or just hanging out with you. I appreciate you hanging out with me. So yeah, until next time.